Hey guys, we're here live in Hawaii. We're celebrating our anniversary, our third anniversary with my baby, none other than Miss Alysson Darius. And we just thought that we'll create a video, just kind of a message from us to you, to anyone who's out there in relationship, just a video of encouragement that no matter where you're at in your life and your relationship, hopefully it inspires you and encourages you, to find the love of your dreams, the love of your life, and certain things that we found. Again, we're not perfect at all, but we're striving to be perfect by being perfect every day of loving each other. And so we just thought that we'll just share some tips on what does it take for a healthy relationship. And so baby, you want to go ahead, you want to share a message and then kind of get into and share any tips you want.
I would say one of the main keys to successful relationship is communication.
Okay. Yeah.
So really it's about, if there's something that's on your heart, positive or negative, feel free to say. And by positive, I mean, feel free to open your mouth and exalt your partner. Share what you admire about the partner, what you've learned about them that you really like, things that they do that really make you feel special. This way you're walking in positivity, but at the same time we know that there are times that we fall short, and so think about how to lovingly express that, and check in with the other partner and make sure that they're understanding what you're really saying and maybe not what they think that you're saying.
How do you do that? Like how do you when you know what you're trying to say but the other person hears you differently, what is the key? What is the key to that?
Well, one of the things that we like to do is just say, what did you hear me say? Or what do you think that I'm trying to say to you? And then also you could say, what I'm not saying is this, but what I am saying is that. And so this way you're kind of drawing a fine line between what may have been understood and what your actual intention was.
Yeah, and so could you share a little bit on, we all grew up in different ways and we had different communication styles that were key to us, that helped us. How do you overcome the different communication styles, especially when growing up, you may not have heard a lot of positive communication, but you're in a relationship now and understanding that nothing great happens in a negative situation and most good things happen by being positive. And so how do you address that when you wasn't brought up with that, but you want to be positive in a relationship?
Well, I would say, part of it is, I recommend to any couple that they read the 5 Love Languages book. Okay. We read that book early in our relationship. I think it was really key to us understanding.
I haven't finished it yet. No, I'm kidding. I'm still trying to learn.
Understanding, what are our love languages. And one of the things that really was a takeaway from that book is that people will typically serve others based upon their particular love language, but that might not speak to their partner. So you have to be like, okay, even though I'm doing this, like I might do acts of service for my husband, and I think, wow, you know what, that should make him really happy because that makes me happy. But I have to remember that his particular love language is more the words of affirmation. So I have to be conscious and aware of what is it that I'm saying. Am I saying enough? Am I saying those right things? And then checking in and just asking, how do you feel? Do you feel like I'm giving you what you are needing? And instead of being defensive when the person responds, be open and just say, you know what? Even though you might think, oh, I gave you this, I gave you that, but if the person is not receiving it, then it's like you didn't give it. And so you have to understand it's not a personal attack, but it's just the beauty of communication.
I mean, you said it right. I mean, because one of the toughest things, or the things that bring about the most stress, but also the most reward, are relationships. Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, when we focus on the power of relationships and through communication, I think you hit the nail on the head. It really allows us to get along and get to better and move further together. And so also when I think about relationships and some of the things that I think that are key to relationships, I think about 3 things. And those 3 things that are, I think, the power of attention, attention, appreciation, and admiration. Actually I have 5 things, but and those 5 things. No, but really it's like 5 things that are like healthy relationships. So you got affection, you got admiration, you got appreciation, you got attention, and you got authenticity. And so really quick, when I think about affection, there's verbal and nonverbal communication. And so I can tell you what it is that I desire, and it builds you up with the affection through words, or I can show you, just a hug, just being close. Sometimes not even saying anything. See that kiss, affection, that was great. Then appreciation. I think at the end of the day, everybody wants to feel appreciated, even just for the small things. And I know how it is. You're like, hey, there's so many things that this person is not doing. but find something to appreciate, because because everybody needs to feel valued.
Yes.
And so when you show appreciation just for the little things, you're basically putting yourself in their shoes and seeing that this person is trying their best, or they're doing what they can to try to make it better for us. And then when I think about admiration, admiration is really the respect that a person has, it where you're saying, wow, you're adding value to me. You're adding value to someone else. And I admire that about you. Like whether it's a teacher, you know, you being a teacher, I always say, I love the fact you're a teacher, because that means every day you are building up the next generation. Like you are planting life into people and they remember you. And that is one of the most important things in life. And so being able to admire that and let them know that it doesn't matter what task they're doing, how big they think it is, how small. And then I think, again, attention. Oftentimes we have the phone, we have these different things that happen, and attention has everything to do with listening to what they desire. Listening to what they desire. What did they say they desire? And then 2 days later, remember that and do what they said. If they say, hey, I like you to do it this, or I like you to say that, or I like this, I like that. That's showing attention. And then when you're in person, how much attention are you giving? Are you able to put down cell phones? Are you able to put down, pause shows, whatever it may be, so that they can have that attention? And the last thing, baby, I think that stands out to me is authenticity. And that's really about being real.
Yeah.
That's you being real. How many times we come to relationships and we put on our best self as soon as we get into the relationship, so everybody think, oh, I got it all together. Knowing all the while that we've had HELL, you know what I mean, that we come through to get there. Mm-hmm. Now I know we gotta trust and we gotta earn trust and it takes time, but I think that the more we're authentic with one another and we show each other our heart and what we think about and how we feel, that helps the other person get to know us. Mm-hmm. And it helps us to grow and go together. And so again, those are our little tips. I hope those things are encouraging to you as you're trying to live out your life and have a healthy relationship. We're live here in our anniversary weekend, our anniversary week that is, and we're trying to love and grow in our relationship as well. Yeah. So baby, is there any last words you want to say before we head out?
I would like to say that, you know, oftentimes people say relationships are work, but I'd like to shift that and I'd like to say that, you know what, relationships are a work in progress, which just means that you're continually giving and taking in a loving spirit.
You taking? What you taking, baby?
I'm giving love and I'm taking love, baby.
Okay, all right, see that? We got to clarify. See that? I heard something different. So listen, you guys be good, man. If you like this video, this is going to be the first of many I hope that we do together. I love doing everything. I love doing things with my wife. I love it. She's my soulmate. At the end of the day, I say, hey, I met her 4 years ago, but it was like my soul knew her forever. And when you find that, and you walk with that, you got to nurture it. It don't just happen. Okay, you got to work it and work it and work it because it's worth it. So you like these things, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share to these pages, man. I'm Donovan Darius. This is my wife,
Alysson Darius.
Hey. And listen, we'll holler at y'all later, man. Let us know what you think about these videos. I hope they were encouraging to you. Peace out.